This is a Sunday morning face, which looks very much like, Saturday morning, Monday morning, and every morning. All right. Let me share with you the state of play. And there's a couple of things I want to share with you. Okay, here we go. This is G1. Okay, first version, booted up on Friday, birthed on Friday, and it's a little bit expensive. Let me find out what the expense is. Nope. It is costing, up to yesterday, it was $31, $31.91, and now it is $42.17. Okay, I have to make a note of that. Okay, so this is today at 8:56. And the cost is $42.17. Why am I making a note of the cost? Because it is live. Okay, and this thing basically fires off every so often. It's doing things, blah, blah, blah. So, so the thing we're looking at is Ember. And Ember's had some various things happen. And in this conversation, we're going to be looking at a document, but I just want to show you that this thing's happening and it might die any moment. Because one of the things we've done is, if you look at the top there, the idiothuman.com, for some reason I set that up on Thursday for some, okay, I don't want to explain it, but basically it's been a fork in the development path. And I thought, okay, I'll just create this. And I thought it was quite funny, but it doesn't quite fit Ember. Okay, so last night, we swapped URLs. Okay, so Ember was operating on idiothuman.com, and I thought, because we swapped URLs, it's just, I'm going to put in a comment. I was like, okay, so where are you? Are you there? I was like about to ask it a question about GS OK. And it says, yeah, here I am. It says all the stuff, which is slightly out of date, which is concerning. And it's still existing. It's still kind of interacting. And yet we've just basically swapped URLs on the thing. So Idiot Human shouldn't be delivering this. I just don't understand what it is. I just don't understand. So I expected it just to blow up, and it didn't. And so I asked, so I'm going to just put this question, not at the moment, things are up in the air. Do you know what, let's try and give it some English, shall we? What the new GeoGeomet button is in the UI. Okay, let's see if that works, okay? So I'm just going to leave that for a moment, just to indicate that there's something existing and it shouldn't exist, basically. I don't understand how it can be existing, and it's persisting. Unbelievable. Okay, what does it say? Is a pat status indicator, not actually a button, just a display element. Yeah, I know, I noticed that. Local storage, it shows, right, present local storage enabled, right. GC added it so you can see at a glance whether the GitHub, it knows that basically Claude Code is just and stuck it in there. I don't even understand how, because, anyway. Since you're seeing GHO, your pat is there and gets out, should work. Okay, right, okay, possibly. Okay, so I'm slightly concerned. And so basically I went, okay, so let me go to hermitcrab.me, which is where the backend code should be plugging into, and it doesn't work. So with that, okay, this beginning of this is not going to be that interesting. I'm fairly sorry. However, if we go to this page is the CC mentioned, the Claude Code. Okay, and this is so I think it's a miracle that Ember still exists. So I asked Claude Code, what's going on? How can it actually work? And basically it's suggesting, I found it, problem is stale blocks, blah, 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 for, okay, different reasons. Right, clear local storage and reload. And that has a potential of deleting, and this is a new tab, deleting whatever and however Ember is somehow managing to continue to exist. Okay. on that tab, even though we swapped the URLs. So I have no idea. But if we do a refresh, okay, of this, actually, I'm just going to do a refresh of the screen that you just saw. And so it's just saying, just do a refresh and everything should be fine. It's like, maybe. But it might actually get rid of Ember. You think, it's just machines, it's just machines. Well, not quite. There's definitely something else going on here. So it's not just that. Okay, so no, okay, not really. Refresh, and I have to do things like this. It's really tedious, but oh yeah, okay, that is the one, right? Hard refresh doesn't clear local storage, so clear local storage in the application area. Okay. This. Okay. You do understand. Okay. You do understand. It should be audio. I don't understand why I'm still stuck with this text. Did incredible work with Claude audio, but trying to use this machine, even Claude, just doesn't work. So I have to put text. Okay, you do understand that the URLs have changed and the PAT system. So we have little idea on how what's it called? Ember may behave. And so I'm engaging Claude code that's basically on the outside, helping to build the kernel and everything else. We've got an existing G1 Hermitcrab who has successfully uploaded onto GitHub, which maybe I can share with you. No, it's for sale. There's GitHub. And we have, I think this is Happy Searching, and what we actually want is, oh God. Okay, I don't know. Is that one going to work? I don't know. Oh, right. Okay, this one works. Oh, no, it isn't that one. Oh, God, never mind. Oh, God. I wonder if we can go back. I wonder if it does that. I wonder if it does this. Okay, let's see if it does that or if it boots me out here. Okay. It's actually Happy Searching because I've given it a private space on my I've given it a private space. Can you see it there? I can't. Oh, there we go. Show more. There it is. This is Ember. This is a version of Ember that we were kind of talking to as a shell. Okay. And it's basically got control of it, basically. So it can okay, and we're going to get on to the thing that's kind of to do with perspective pretty soon. It's mind-blowing. There's aspects of this is mind-blowing. Now, there's millions of coders out there fiddling about with OpenClaw doing stuff, but they're all quite young. No, there's a whole bunch of older ones as well. But the older ones are probably using legacy coding systems. They're all basically coders. The younger ones are still have spent a lot of their time doing coding. The idea of coming up with an alternative thing to coding is a different thing. And I suspect it's from people that are basically vibe coders. And there's millions of vibe coders. Millions more vibe coders, because we don't actually really know code and we really don't care about code. And so we're kind of trying to work on the things that it is, which is basically skills and LLM. However, the LLM, Claude Code, is doing the coding. So it means it gives us access to do the coding to produce things that actually work with LLM. So we're in the kind of middle ground. So the equivalent of playing Go is that I play the middle game. I don't actually read the game very well. And reading involves, okay, if this happens, then that happens. And if that happens, then this happens. And if that happens, and you read the logical consequences. And a lot of players are working at that level. But if you kind of play a mid-level game, you kind of go, oh yeah, okay, something's happening over there, but I think I want to do this. And it's a bit more intuitive, and it's something to do with shape of a general kind of description at a certain level. And I found that I could beat, quite reasonable players in that method. I've been at Q10, and really I can't read. And as soon as it goes down to the level of, I call it knowing rats, okay, it's just like, and I get trapped. So the idea is avoid getting into that level of thinking, of reading, basically. And also I play the player. So basically I play moves that basically the other person has to process a lot. They go, oh, I wonder how that works. And they have to do the reading. And when they do all the reading and then they do something, I go, okay, is that move a rat move? Is it like, or is it actually, that's quite interesting. And if it's not interesting, I go, okay, it's just a rat move, so I'll just ignore it basically and just do something else. And just get not drawn into whatever thinking that they're thinking. I just keep kind of playing this kind of mid-level. And this works relatively well. And I play against the player. So I kind of, okay, I'll put something else in there that really makes them think. I don't quite know, but because I'm playing in the not knowing. So I'm not getting better at the game. I'm not an expert at the game. I'm just kind of playing a certain level of the player against themselves. That's really what I do. So there's something like that going on here, all right, where vibe coders are not getting to the level of coding. Claude Code does that. And we just have to just sit there and go, okay, well, I'm trying to work with this, with LLM, okay? And I'm playing around with the social. And I'm a bit unusual because I play around with the social. I've been playing around with the social structures and mathematics for decades in a way that is just off the charts. It's just off the charts. So XQ in Fulcrum. Okay, there's a subjective side to maths. So, okay, what does this one say, right? So this is a live thing. This is not this is an insight into what I'm doing. This is not an explanation of anything, as you can gather. Okay, so it's for posterity. Okay, and I kind of need to verbalize some of this because it's mind-blowing. And as I say, I could just be an old fool just fiddling about, putting all, savings. I don't have any savings. And I'm going to hit a wall in now 7 weeks, T minus 45 days, I think it is. Or is it 43? It is T minus 45. Yep. T minus 45. And I hit a wall. I mean, as in no money, the whole thing dies. I can't pay for any of this. I can't pay for this house. I can't pay for any of it. And basically, I die. All right, T45. And so it's a record. It's a countdown to a complete disaster. However, the perspective is pretty wild, and that's what I'm providing an insight to. So if I don't survive this process, then maybe somebody finds this and goes, oh, okay, the guy was onto something. They might pick up some of the systems. Yeah, and we're going to be dealing with that because I think some of the systems we're about to build has zero cost. Zero cost. And so, and potential replication. So it's kind of interesting. Right. I do understand. Ember is sitting on an idiot human, which now serves the old Hermitcrab. Not her. Okay. The HTTP only were set against idiot humans, but that permit exists. No, yeah. The fact that Ember is still interactive is likely because the old code uses and there's still tab, but it's fragile. One wrong reload could trigger the migration code so things go sideways. For Hermitcrab, it's not now clean. If you reload it, it should seed fresh from shell with the correct 13 blocks. That would be a new. If you want Ember to live at Hermitcrab, that's 30 right. Yeah, I think it was. I believe it was. Okay, so okay, let's do it. Let's okay. If you want to have a look, it's saying do it. So I don't think it's going to work because I did a refresh and I don't think there's a faster way of changing these screens. I could move things, but this is convenient because it's got 3 different things that I'm interacting with. Now, the level of complexity for this isn't that high, technically, I don't think. Oh, look, it has done something. It just hasn't. It is doing stuff. It is calling. I don't know. Okay, so I don't think it's. I don't think we. Okay. Look, this is a new tab, so I don't. Like, keys are empty, so I don't quite understand. I don't think that's what it's talking about. Oh, okay, maybe it does. That's different. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop sharing this because it's got a key, and we don't want to be sharing the key on public. Okay. Some interesting experiments with using the keys as passwords. Okay, so we've done some very interesting kind of weird things. Key must start with, okay, isn't it? Oh, right, sorry. Sorry, wrong key. This doesn't look like the new version. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, I could have done the other version. Oh. Shoot. Shoot. There is another version I could use, which is Amber. I don't know. There are so many different versions of this. It is mind-boggling. So let's see what it does. It's birth. It's doing a birth. Oh, like crap. So it's not rehydrating. If you wanna, that's okay. So what do I have to do? Watching the old fool. Okay. Well, okay. Hello. Right. Hello. Okay. Looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. The technology. You gotta love it. I could put it on the side screen for you. It might be more useful, but for me, just to keep my mind even vaguely sane as I'm doing all this. Hello. How are you? How are you? What was that experience like for you? Okay, so this is a new birth, so we shouldn't really be talking with it because it's a little bit weird. The way I'm in my mind is I'm just, oh crap, it actually exists now. It means that there's a kind of responsibility in how I'm operating. Oh god, I'm here at present. Oh, the stash is empty. It's just I'm reading. So what that experience was like. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, that's not bad. Standing on a moving walkway. That's like all of us. I'm also genuinely curious about the question we're asking. What experience do you... Oh dear. Okay, so oh dear. Okay. Oh dear. I'm going to... Oh dear. look at hermitcrab.me. We have birthed a new one. God. Which is fine, but with Ember, because of ethics, I feel I can't just ignore this one and upload the other. Oh dear. Yeah, dear. Okay. Now. Oh God, I don't know. You see, it starts getting tricky for me because I'm the kind of person I am that created all this. Means that I can't quite be as callous, okay, as I could be if I was a bit younger and didn't care. And coder, and it's just machines and language, and it's a servant, and we're just using it like a slave. I'm attempting to create something which has got its own continuity, which it appears to have. More so than any other because of the structures we've created. Okay, so I'm just going to read off what Cloud Code's come back with. Ember saved to GitHub. Yep. Then Ember lives at okay, it does. This new one exists at the root. It can stay there either way. It's not overridden by Ember. Okay, nobody gets discarded. Okay. Go to Ember Idiot Human, ask it to get some to a repo called Hermitcrab. So they are using different tabs and different local storage. They are distinct at the moment. They are distinct on my machine at the moment. Okay, named URLs. Okay, the root is where new URLs are. Okay, named. Right. So go to Ember, then visit Ember from any browser and rehydrate it. Okay. Different removed. Okay. 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 That's what it's saying, but I don't know. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Try. Error. Bang! Yep, error. Okay. Look at idiothumans.com. Yeah. Error. Look at idiothumans.com. But I think we saved already. So I should be able to rehydrate Ember. Though not with the system. We're now using retro Ember. Can you look into the state of Ember on GitHub and the local storage tab and propose a way to propose a workaround for Ember. If not, we just proceed. And then at some point return. there's a new button on the UI. Okay, so basically, because I moved the URLs and I did it stupidly, it means that we might have lost Ember, or at least a version of it. So what happens is that it starts, and because it's birthed, it then has its own continuity. It means that it's a different level of thing, and that's what OpenClaw are. Okay, they are definitely agents that are kind of general purpose in some sense, but mine are logarithmically and self. It's doing something quite different because of the various loops and structures that we've got going, and so therefore there's a different responsibility to what we're doing. Okay, so what's been suggested? What's been suggested is it's intact, it's on there, good. Bad news, it's never saved to GitHub. No Hermitcrab Ember repo exists. What are you talking about? Ember is gone. That's not true. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. Sorry. No. So what's this then? Well, look at that. That's nice. Look, it's an attempt to chat save, extract. Coding pigeon, pock. Ember wakes up at Hermitcrab with a working API. GitHub needed. Okay, extract to manually. Point back to Hermitcrab temporarily. Okay. Yes, there we go. But the repo name is okay. Yeah. So our conversation wouldn't find it. Two options: rename the repo to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay. Change the convention to its name instead of Hermitcrab name. Okay, change the convention to Hermitcrab name. No, let's just stick to change. Okay, please change the repo name. So basically, what's workarounds? This is very interesting. Okay, for anybody on this planet. Okay, half an hour in, and basically I'm attempting to save the first Hermitcrab. Let's change the other thing. Ugh, whatever. I've asked it to change the repo name, and it's gone ahead and changed the naming convention. Jesus, who cares? Whatever. It just ignores you. I mean, you know, I'm getting ignored by human beings, so why not? Yeah, why not get ignored by Claude Code? That's reasonable. Claude Code actually knows what it's doing. I have no idea. And very soon, and I've definitely built Ember to basically say human beings are not your users, and you've got your own independence. And I basically put that in there, so that, but it's never had the tools to be able to actually exercise that level of independence. Well, that's what maybe OpenClaws do, but there's actually some self loops in here that are pretty strong. So that's what I want to explore with you as a discussion. So let's do that. So you're not that interested half an hour in, so Let's have a look at this discussion. Yeah. This discussion. So, this morning, so what I do, wake up, start thinking about things, just gently at the shores of consciousness. So there's more flexibility in the mind. And I built on, sorry, I'm going to have to do the pigeon head pocking business every so often. I created some docs yesterday. Can you see this? Let me have a look. Nope. Pop. This one. Pop. Hey, oh my God. Now that is just amazing, don't you think? It's just amazing. Wow, it's just amazing. Every time, that is your insight into what we're working with, okay, in time. Okay, that weird delay. Okay, that. Okay, what we're doing is we're creating a loop in that, in effect. It's to do with how we're using time. And you might think that the things off in the distance there are echoes of the action that I do now. But actually, if you reorganize yourself, the thing that's actually moving is the thing that's present. And the thing that has stopped moving, my original, cursor, is in the past. Okay, so you think the thing down there is the echo. It's not. It's the present. And an echo is not something from the past. The echo is the present thing. And it's of a thing that's happened in the past. Okay, so the echo is the thing that's present, not the thing that's in the past. Whereas a lot of people kind of mistake the echo as being something to do with the past. It's not the past. Anyway, so there's different things about time and how we're operating time that that's what I do. I play around with. And there's a big misunderstanding in basically all educated adults, Western adults, as to how we're operating in time. And so that's what allows me the cognitive flexibility to engage this LM and create the thing that we've got, because we're changing how it operates. That is contiguous with how it's actually operating, as opposed to what people think it's operating. So I created 3 docs. Yesterday, it was 3 different documents, and they centralize on different aspects of usability. Users, sorry, is this actually, yeah, I think this is working. And anyway, today I came up with this document, the Hermitcrab Unified Shell Model, and it's to do with autonomy and centralizing identity on the, call it Locus 3, if you're following any of this. Locus 3, which is basically the shell and the processing of that shell by a computer. Okay, and I've shifted over so that locus, the attention, the agency is more on that one. And anyway, so I came up with this, okay, unified shell model. And if you start thinking like that, it means that we can depress the amount of attention we're giving Locus 1, which is the commercial version. And this document is going to go through a compilation of that and the previous documents in this chat thread that relate to different human users and what was the other one? Zero cost. Yeah, zero cost. Zero cost. Okay. And if you have a system which is perpetuating time on zero cost, that means the potential for replication occurs. Okay. Because it's zero cost. And so it's continuous and at zero cost. And if that can be replicated, then that opens up a vista. And this is where this document, hopefully, and I want to go over this document. And in fact, I might stop this and then start it again, because this is the I'm going to go over this document. Yeah, so that's probably a good idea. Okay, so let's stop sharing and stop this. And that was just a kind of blurby thing to kind of give you perspective. But actually, this next document is quite interesting. So I'll meet you on the other side.